Hey everybody, it's Brett from Middle Tennessee Music. We've got Jamie Alimorad with us tonight. It's been a while since we talked to him. He's got some neat new projects coming out, and we're going to talk to him about them in just a moment.
You have the grace of an angel and the beauty of a dove. But now there's a girl staring back at me.
Jamie, how's it going, man?
Doing well. How about you, Brett?
Man, it's been a strange winter here in Tennessee.
I think it's that for everybody.
So you're up north, New York, doing the rock and roll thing. How's it treating you?
It's been a really busy time, but it's been a really exciting time at that. And I have plans for a new album, and I'm going back into the studio later this year. And I'm super excited to be working with one of my idols in Gino Vannelli. And he's someone that I've worked with before in a smaller capacity, but now to be doing an album with him is really a dream come true. And we have a lot of exciting opportunities for people to get involved with this project and as the process gets to its release. And recently also launched a Kickstarter, so there's a lot to talk about with the new music and the new record. And there's even a show or two coming up in the spring. And I'm really pumped to get out there again and just really excited for some new music.
I'm ready for some new music.
Yeah.
Sure. I mean, gosh, you sent us some stuff a while back that was great.
Thank you.
The whole website blew up because of it. Well, you made us actually fix some things so we could handle higher traffic numbers.
Oh, I'm glad.
That was pretty neat.
Sweet.
What's up? Tell us about working with Gino, because I mean that's just cool.
Well, it started a couple years ago, and he did this thing in Europe. I want to say around 2007 or 2008. Where he held a master's class, and he put it out there for all young and upcoming talent throughout Europe to audition and submit to be working with him in I think a week's capacity and see what they can do. And I don't really know too much details about the European stuff, but I know it was a big success over there. And then in 2012, he opened up the same class stateside for the first time. So I wanted to go out for it. But it was one of those things where the timing of it, I wasn't sure if it was going to work because that was right around when Words Left Unsaid was going to come out, and I was already booked to be doing a bunch of shows out in Southern California. And I honestly was a little nervous to apply because he is such an idol of mine, and he's so iconic around the world that I wasn't sure, how it would work and if what would happen. So. I actually got encouraged by a number of his fans who have gotten to know me through the years, and I went through with it, and I got accepted, and I went to the class, and it was an absolute blast, and we formed this student-teacher relationship, and that started to grow as we went into 2013. And he invited me back to do it again, and I brought in a new song when I went back to work on, because the first time I brought in She Is, and we did a different version, piano vocal version of She Is, and the second time I wanted to bring in something new to see what it would be like to have a brand new song and basically just kind of go crazy with it. And the week that I spent in the studio with him was one of the most intense weeks that I've ever had musically. I never really felt totally stressed out, but I was so excited to be pushed to my limit, and there was a deadline. I never really had to work with a deadline unless it was a school project, like a music tech project at Northeastern or something. So this was really about getting down a song. And he gave me his notes, and we played around with lines and with melody, and he kept encouraging me to go back on parts that he felt were a little bit weaker, and he acted like a producer, and I'd come back with my ideas, and then we'd spitball some stuff, and I'd go back to the drawing board, and I'd come back with other things, and then we would experiment with my approach from a vocal standpoint, and it was so exciting and so rewarding that I never wanted that week to end. I just wanted to keep doing new songs and then add the rest of the band to it. And I felt almost like a different person when I walked out of there, because listening to that track, and I'm excited that we're going to be doing a full band version of that song on this next album, I've never sounded so good, and he really knew how to communicate with me to get the best vocal take possible. And I've never worked with a producer or with an engineer that is a singer. You know, they've been an instrumentalist that also sings, not a true singer. And it does make a difference, and that's not to knock anybody else that I've ever worked with or anyone else that is an instrumentalist and then a singer. It's just that when work as a singer and working with someone who is like that's their main thing, and then they do instruments after that. It does make a difference with your approach, and obviously he's been doing it and been in the business for over 40 years, so you know that experience comes into play, and he knows how to get to you, and just it was just the most magical thing. And I listened to that song all the time and kept thinking, gosh, when I do my next album, it has to be this good. It has to be this special. So after a lot of talking and trying to figure out what would be coming next, we finally sat down and talked about it, and we came to terms and everything, and he signed on to produce the next album. And then I sent in a bunch of demos, and we've had some pre-production notes, and now we're trying to schedule what the recording sessions are going to be like, and it's going to be really exciting. He's wrapping up a new record of his own, and he's been telling me about a lot of new gadgets and toys that he's gotten in the studio and how it could be applied to my new songs. And the vision that I have for the new album is almost exactly the same as what he has, and he has some new ideas that he'd like to bring in that stay true to my roots but will change up the sound of it. So I'm very excited to see how that will play out, because the way he explains it and on paper it sounds like a really cool thing, and I think it'll take me to the next level. And then to actually do it, you know, that's going to be the real rewarding part. So I can't wait to get in there.
That sounds like too much fun. And I mean, who gets a chance like that? That's awesome, man. I can tell you,
I mean,
you're like me. You get excited about something, and well, I told you I was going to let you take this thing, but wow.
yeah. It's a dream come true. I've been listening to his music as a fan since I was in middle school, and my dad introduced me to his music when I was younger. But it's more on the complicated side. So when I was little, I wasn't really as into it. But once I started getting into music theory and really loving how chord structures work and kind of nerding out with music, I would listen to his stuff again and say, whoa, he's doing something pretty cool. And now to have the opportunity to work with someone that I've idolized for so long, it's kind of surreal. And when I speak to him, sometimes it's surreal because, like anything, you get used to it. Like, oh, I'm just talking to Gino. But then I take a step back and go like, oh, man, I'm talking to Gino. That's pretty cool. This guy's sold 20 million albums, and we're just, like, palling around right now, you know? It's a surreal feeling.
That's got to be out there.
Yeah, it's cool.
And let's listen to a few more seconds of Beautiful there. And
sure.
Our friends at CD Baby or whoever's going to try to tag us there on. Jamie's got the rights, and these are his songs that we're playing here, and it's cool with you, and you wanted us to play some music, right, Jamie?
Yeah, absolutely. Play away. I'll clear all that.
When they send me the link, then I can send them the link. We're all good.
Yeah, absolutely.
4-0, baby.
What I see, and she always thinks that she's not good enough.
Love the guitar sound in
that
it.
you're beautiful? Don't you know I need you in my life? That I love you, and I will for all time. Floating on the breeze, can I feel the earth beneath your feet?
That's good stuff. Everything that we've heard from you in the past has been great stuff.
Well, thank you.
You know, Middle Tennessee Music's had a blast just hanging out with you on Twitter, and doing other interviews and whatnot. It's been a lot
And
of fun. But you've got a new. I got to show a little bit of support the other day, and you got something coming up here to support this new record, right?
yes,
And you wanted.
yes.
I think you kind of wanted to talk about it over at Kickstarter.
Yes, I do, and thank you so much for becoming a backer. I really, really appreciate it. I'm I'm
It was a
super
very, very,
excited for.
very small backing for
It doesn't
anybody.
matter. Every little bit counts, and there's no such thing as too little. And it just shows that you believe in me, and I really appreciate that. That's what's important. It doesn't matter what the size is. So I thank you for that.
We've,
And I'm really excited for this Kickstarter. I think
we've
we
got
put together. I think we put together a lot of great packages, and there's something for everyone. It goes as small as just getting a digital download, up to getting the whole salami that would include a limited edition vinyl pressing, autograph CD, bumper stickers, T-shirts, a photo album, and I think it's really cool. If you do the largest package, it does include a couple of Skype calls that you can actually be a fly on the wall during the recording session and watch us work together. And I'll talk with you in between takes or when we're taking a break and let you hear some of the stuff that we've been working on. And there's a couple other things like autographed guitars at a certain contribution level. There are a couple of other limited ones where we can do a music lesson over Skype, because I don't want to just limit it to people that are around me at a given time. You can do lessons over Skype now, and I have friends that do that. And there's also one that I think is really cool in that if you do the $300 package, you get all the swag and the merch, but then you also will give me a topic or some sort of information. I will write a custom song for you and record it and send it your way. So there's a lot of really interesting stuff that you'll get as a reward as you become a backer. But on top of that,
idea.
you get the whole behind the scenes stuff, and there's going to be tons of updates. And I really want people to feel like they're taking this journey with me, because I wouldn't be able to do this without the support of everyone. I have a great family. I have a great group of friends that have always been supportive, but as I've gone out there and started performing and recording, the fan base has grown. I've made a ton of new friends, which is right here is a perfect example. And I want everyone to be taking this ride with me, because this really is a dream come true for me. It is totally surreal that I get to work with such a high caliber musician and an artist, and someone that I've admired since I was a preteen. So it's I don't want to do it alone. I want everyone to come with me and to be that fly on the wall in the studio and watch as this comes together, because I know this is going to be a really special album. There's no way that between the two of us that it won't be. And if on top of that you can get a whole bunch of merchandise and really cool stuff that'll be a collector's item, I just think that's really a sweet deal that goes on the cherry on top.
Yeah, that's really cool. I want to come hang out in the studio. I can't afford the package, but I want to come hang out in the studio for sure.
Just hitchhike out there. It'll be fine, right?
Yeah, that'll work. I'll be there in a year too.
Yeah, that'll be cool.
And don't start talking about whatever new toys he's talking about. I got a letter from my salesman the other day and wondered if I need new toys. And
oh man, yeah, I don't know all the details. I know it's a lot of software stuff, and he's been going crazy with a lot of the digital drums and some of the samples that have come in of the real instruments. So it'll be fun. As a keyboard player, that's going to be really fun to get in there and play with all the sounds and get to work.
that should be fun. Sure. So where's the new shows coming up? I know you mentioned you got a couple. And
Yeah,
at least one festival, right?
Yeah, we're working on a bunch of different dates, but until we get the recording schedule finalized, I can't commit to a bunch of shows right now. But I do have one that is down, and that is in Washington, D.C. on Wednesday, April 8th. I'm playing the National Cherry Blossom Festival, and this will be my third time playing the festival. And I'm really excited to get back to D.C. We've tried to work it out that I could get in there and perform the past 2 years, but I've been traveling and have been away from the East Coast, so it has been difficult to get back to play the show. And I think 1 year, because of the earthquake with the Washington Monument, the damage there, the stage was closed. So now they have a new stage, and they moved it over to the Tidal Basin, which is like right by the Jefferson Memorial, and great place to see all the cherry blossoms. And I'm performing right around peak time, so it's going to be very pink there and just a really brilliant sight. And I can't wait to play. It's going to be a great set. We might do some of the new stuff on top of the old favorites. And I can't wait to play that festival. It's always a great turnout. You get some of the fans there, and you get a lot of the school groups that come in and are visiting DC at that time, and of course the locals and the tourists that are there for the cherry blossoms. It's a great show, and the people that run it are incredibly nice and have always been so supportive. So I'm happy to get back to DC for this. It's my favorite festival to play, and we're working on another New York date, probably for the middle of spring, maybe late spring. With the Bitter End, and I haven't played there in a couple of years, but I love that room, and I love playing in the West Village, and I can't wait to get back. So I hope that works out. And then from there, as long as time permits it, we'd like to probably get back up to Boston and down to Philadelphia and anything else that's kind of local in the Northeast before I head out west to do this new record. And then once I'm out there might be some stuff in LA and in Portland and maybe down to San Diego or across to Vegas, stuff like that. So, I'm kind of doing the coastal thing right now, but I'm really anxious to get back into the Midwest and down into the South. And the last stuff that I did there over the summer was just absolutely incredible. And instead of Nashville this time, I'd like to get closer to Memphis so that you can see it. It's easier for you to get there and just take advantage of the great scene that's down there.
I see one thumbs up down there in the bottom from Memphis, I think.
What's that?
I think I see thumbs up from Memphis down there.
Oh, nice. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it would be great. I've always wanted to head over there, and I have a friend that actually went through there last year on a road trip and had nothing but good things to say. And I'm pretty sure he went and saw a band on the night that he was there. Did a road trip from Boston down to New Orleans and back, and said it was a great time. And I know he went to Graceland and did all that stuff. So I want to get down there and check it out myself.
I might even drive over there.
Sweet.
So Cherry Blossom Festivals, new records, cool Kickstarter stuff, and we've got the link to that in the Google Plus event page, and we'll have it on the YouTube page as well.
Yeah, please check it out. It's a great thing. We got a nice video up, and there's a whole breakdown of where the funding goes to and the stretch goals and how it works, and gives you a background on who I am, if you don't know me, and my working relationship with Gino, and some stuff on him as well, if you're not familiar with who Gino Vannelli is. But pretty sure if you heard some of his hit songs, you're like, oh, yeah, that guy.
He's done a few.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
That's for sure. Groovy. Well, shoot, man, we got to get you back down this way for sure, and I'm sorry
I would love to.
when you were in Nashville.
No, it's all good. That was a really fun show, great crowd, and I want to get back there too. There's a lot of great music going on down there, and the scene that's developed is pretty special. So I just want to keep exploring it and become more a part of it.
It's fun, for sure. Hey, you've been following some people around and putting some videos in a new spot over on Bitscape.
Yes, I have. And
they just went into public beta version 2 just Monday. What are you thinking about it?
It's beautiful. I love it. It's slick. It's really easy on the eyes and appealing. And I mean, seeing the original version compared to this, and I like the original version, but to see what 2.0 looks like, it's like, wow, that is quite an upgrade. It's like taking from your old reliable car that you've had for a couple of years, and it's like, yeah, it's old reliable, but now I'm going to that souped up model. I love the black, and the media player itself, the way that it looks. It just has this really slick look about it, and it's easy to navigate. And I mean, I really commend everybody that was involved with that craftsmanship, because it's great.
I think they did a great job too. That's where we've been pulling from this evening, is your beautiful video over there.
Yeah.
And
everybody because I'm involved with, we're on those communities together to talk about the troubleshooting and what's going on and all that stuff. And everybody's just so supportive. And in this industry and this art, that's just so nice. Everybody wants the best for one another and to get the most out of the experience and out of this website. And I think what Tom's doing over there is something really.
I'm pretty tickled about it. And you're exactly right. The supportiveness of the community in the private developers group is fantastic, and it's been a blast to get to hang out with them too. Let's look at a little more of Beautiful and
Yeah, sure.
and wrap her up. And
Yeah, you got it.
we'll get ready to do this again soon. I'm going to get you in for a performance sometime.
Yeah, I definitely want to do that. I just got to get all my gear lined up so that it sounds really nice coming into the computer and out to you guys. But we'll figure that out. I'd love to do it before the Kickstarter concludes.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, it'd be great.
Very cool. So for everybody that's been watching, this is Jamie Alimorad, and we've been talking about new record with Gino Vannelli and a Kickstarter campaign and all kinds of good stuff. And we're going to take it out with just a little bit of Beautiful, hosted over on new platform Vidscape.
And they stay for a while, but they take what they want and they leave you there in the dust. You want the affection but without the attention.